And so Konami released this special animated video to celebrate the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this pretty much exemplifies everything that Yu-Gi-Oh! Really should be about. And when I say that, I mean the IP of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Brand is so wasted. It really is here, because everything you're seeing here right now with Dark Magician, the original like monster that people grew up with, from Blue Eyes to Red Eyes, this is what people want in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? It's like, so in this video here, they go over a bunch of the archetypes and sub-archetypes of some monsters. Like right here, we have Maiden with Eyes of Blue. We see stuff like the Charmers. I always say this. I don't understand why the Yu-Gi-Oh! Brand has to be only connected with the card game when it can be so much more. There are so many marketable characters out there. There are so many stories you could tell with the characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! There is so much lore in Yu-Gi-Oh! That easily you can grab onto a new, large audience out there, an untapped audience who are willing to look into more into Yu-Gi-Oh! If you just show them this stuff. Like, why does Yu-Gi-Oh! Why do we have to talk about Maxi? Why do we have to talk about cards being overpowered? Why do we have to talk about metas? Like, no, we don't. Like, that's the thing with Pokemon, alright? Like, for Pokemon, it's not exclusive to a trading card game, and it's not exclusive purely to a video game. It's not exclusive to an anime. But for Yu-Gi-Oh! Though, like, it, for the most part, is just a trading card game here. But there's so much untapped potential and ideas out there. When I say to someone, hey, what does Yu-Gi-Oh! Look like? This should be the first thing that pops up. We got cool giant mechas. We got cute furry animals. We got cool looking monster designs. We got interesting lore. Like, look at this. So if I tell somebody, hey, what is this? They'll say it's a Gundam, right? But they're not gonna think in Yu-Gi-Oh! If I show somebody an image of any monster in Pokemon to some random person in a college setting, in a middle school setting, a high school setting, even if I show to somebody who doesn't even who's not even in like the weeb otaku culture or any of the Japanese anime stuff, actually, they can point out, hey, that's a Pokemon monster, or hey, that's a Pokemon, you know, like card art here. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't exclusive to any like design or art frame, but I would like it though if we could show people that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more than just what meets the eye of like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and trading cards. Like, how could there not be like a legendary 6 Sam anime? How could there not be like a Math Mech like anime? If they made like a branded lore Netflix special, like a 6-episode Final Fantasy-esque animated story series for branded, that would do great. Like, this looks so cool right here, right? This is awesome. But people who are with, like, that's Xian over there, who's one of the best cards in the game. We have the Evil Twins here. They're being animated. Like, people within the community love these monsters, love the characters, love the art style. There's so many stories you can tell with these characters. But they're locked into, like, Link summoning, Fusion summoning, Synchro summoning here, card advantage, life point advantage, resource management. Like, that's what's going on in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player's minds here, but this stuff right here doesn't go or pertain to them. Like Fallen Valdez, like Dogmatica Ecclesia right here. There's no reason why characters like her or any of the Sky Striker characters can't be toys or can't be huge major figures within like the anime community culture or in general gaming culture. There's no excuse for that. If they made a like Nier Automata-esque game, but like it's in the form of like the characters from the Dogmatica lore, Brandon lore, or even Sky Striker lore, that would be sick. This is exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs to be more about. I'm not saying that Konami should ignore like this right here. This is so cool and epic, right? If the people who made Spy X Family made a lore, a branded lore story, that would be awesome. That's all I'm saying. And now we're going back to the card game aspect here. At this point here, this is where I'm being checked out, actually. Nothing wrong. Like, I play the card game all the time. Let's have more stories about Exodia. This character, Visa Starfrost, you mean to tell me that this isn't a character that people wouldn't go out of their way to go cosplay at a convention? Really? This guy's generic main protagonist anime character here, and in the current anime community, there's so many generic looking anime protagonists that appeal to a lot of people, but yet this guy's like locked into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's just, man. This is what I see here. Hey, Diablo Star. All of this is just like wasted potential. Dragon Rulers, Diablo Star, Magistus. This is an awesome... Even Soulful Coins, even Pendulums get their own like cute design here. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh needs to be more about. That's what I'm saying here. Like, look at all this. You mean to tell me that like there isn't like an audience for this right here? There definitely is. An adventure game would be great. An RPG game would be great. A new Toyland would be great. I've seen so many people who do not play at all the Pokemon card game, or they don't play any of the Pokemon games, but yet they have Pokemon merchandise. And I don't know why we can't do the same thing for Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, that right there, man. Like, that is what Yu-Gi-Oh needs. More of that. More diversity in terms of the content. More variety in terms of how to consume Yu-Gi-Oh. It just can't be Master Duels and buy box sets, okay? Then I know, like, within... There's a reason why people who make Yu-Gi-Oh videos who are outside the Yu-Gi-Oh community have, like, more views or are able to garner the attention of people outside of... Like, there's a reason why somebody like Filthy Jordies, I didn't say Filthy Jordies, but there's a reason like or Team Jordies, like someone like Penguin or somebody like Ludwig, or even people out there who don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh. They play Yu-Gi-Oh very, very casually. There's a why people who make casual Yu-Gi-Oh videos get more views or get more attention than people who are within the community here. For as much as like MBT or Jesse Cotton or Pack or Farfar CBL, for as big as they are as Yu-Gi-Oh content creators, they struggle big time in terms of trying to appeal to the casual general markets, and they're only focused on making content that appeal towards a small amount of people out there. And that's the thing. That's the issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! It only appeals to a small amount of people. It appeals to only people who talk about ban lists, who talk about metas, who talk about whether or not Edison format is better than Tengu Plan format, or talking about gold format, or talking about new box sets, or talking about if a card is overpowered or broken, or talking about whether Maxi is bad, or talking about if Cashier Rise Heart is a healthy card for the game. Like, that is the stuff people in the Yu-Gi community care about. But guess what here? For Yu-Gi to become better, for God's sakes, Konami needs to go out of their way, and they need to listen to people outside the community. Because I can tell you right now here, if Konami goes out of their way to appeal to people outside the game sphere, outside the community, and you try to people who are like into samurai stuff, or like into like robots, or into like anime girls, or into furries here, like there's no excuse why these Melfi characters here couldn't be sold or be appealed to kids under the age of 11. Am I wrong there? Like, there are elementary school kids out there with like Pikachu backpacks, we got Pikachu clothing, we got like Pokemon-esque like bags going around. Heck, even in the gym, there are people who wear like Pokemon shirts with like Pikachu's face on it, and or like one of the legendary like monsters in Pokemon as their like gym shirt. You don't see that with Yu-Gi-Oh. You just don't. People say Konami only cares about making money, co-money. Trust me, Konami should be a bigger company. They should make more money. They should be more successful, but they're not. And the reason why they're not is because they're playing things just way too safe. So much potential here that they can do here. Like, you can make a Wii game based off these two. You really can. You can make a like Netflix series based around the Dogmatica lore. You can have people cosplay as the Vsauce character. You can have like Melfi backpacks. You can have like a cute show on Crunchyroll that can go potentially do big numbers with the Charmers. So much potential. So much potential. People love these two. People love Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl a lot. But I'm telling you right now, making new Dark Magician cards or new Dark Magician Girl cards or new Blue Eyes cards won't convince people to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You're only speaking to the choir. You're only speaking to people who are already within the community. And I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a lot more better. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Was more than just, oh man, dude, like I activate Ash Blossom to prevent your search, but that's okay. I have an extender. With my extender, I'm able to go play through my combo here. Then summon my Link 1 monster, and then I can go pop off. Oh man, dude, floodgates are bad because it's degenerates, and they don't promote back and forth interaction. Yeah, here's me doing my Wombo combo deck actually. Well, my deck isn't really a Wombo combo deck because it's playing on your turn really, so it's fair and balanced. A lot more interactivity there. Yeah, let's go. Nibiru is a bad card sometimes. Drone Lock is a toxic. Like we don't need those talks. We really don't need those talks. Less talking about Maxi. Less talking about competitive viability. Less talks about Bonfire being expensive or cheap. Let's just. I wish more people in the community focused and enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! In a way that goes beyond just cards. Really, that's what I want to see.